perfect circulation so far. See, right now you got circulation, but you got a little bit of air. Once it's gonna get hot, it's gonna push more air in there. The hole opens up, you push more bubbles in the coolant. And then your circulation is gonna completely stop. It's gonna create air pockets even around water pump. So everything's gonna start boiling like in a boil pot. And when you increase the RPM, see, all the air mixed already? Okay, get ready to shut off, see? Alright, shut off. Fill it up gently, slow, and put the cap, start the car again. We're gonna see how much air is gonna release to expansion tank. Slow. Okay, close the cap.
Where's the cap?
Right here. Look, where is that thing? Alright, start it up. How's the temperature? Right now it's going to be under middle, right? It's going to be cool right now because you just put the water in there. It's going to run for a couple minutes. Now you see all the air? It's coming out to expansion tank, and the amount of the liquid, it got like 4 times more than it's supposed to be. So it's get overfilled. So what it does is, water pump is new, timing belt is new. It tried to circulate the fluid, but because you got head gasket hole, exhaust on the compression of the piston, it pushes through the tiny hole in the gasket in the coolant air. So air gets in the coolant, it creates air pockets.
So the exhaust is active.
So the water pump cavitating, it has no ability to push the fluid around, so it starts boiling with all the air. So extra fluid, it releases to the tank more than supposed to be with all the air from exhaust. That's why it's boiling like this. Well, there is no reason to be boiling right now.
Yeah, but why isn't it going through the exhaust? You know, so
because it's on a different spot, the hole. If it be on a suction cycle of the cylinder, it would be sucking antifreeze in the cylinder, and cylinder would be choking, and you would see white smoke coming out from exhaust. So what happened? What happened here yesterday?
he was driving?
He came back on the tow truck with engine knocking. Engine was knocking like crazy. Start the car, let me hear the noise. Okay, come over here. Looks like coming from this side. All right, shut off. Shut off. Shut off.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
So, it's a Lexus. Lexus right here. So, hooked up that scanner. Let's see, he's got also check engine on. So, we're gonna see what we can do. Because used cars, price is up, so we're gonna try fix this engine ourselves. And I guess we're gonna try. We're gonna Google it, we're gonna take stuff apart, we're gonna see if we can do it ourselves. Let's go over there, let's see what kind of, show me that scanner, what kind of scanner. He's got a scanner right there. He's getting cylinder 1 misfire detected. Cylinder 1 misfire detected. So if you come here,
So it's the cylinder.
it's bank 1, bank 2 I believe. Cylinder 1 should be right here. So it knocks coming from this side. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even numbers here, odd numbers right here. Another thing you can do, when he starts the car, you can get this thing and you can just feel it. And it's gonna kind of tells you in the sound, start it up again, which side is coming. Alright, shut off. So this tool tells me, looks like it's not number 1, looks like it's like number 2, unless it's something between. But the sound like coming from this side, more louder. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna probably leave intake in place because that's lean on bank 2 side. We're gonna start taking slowly apart and remove that valve cover right here, and then we can see all the pushers, springs, and we're gonna see maybe spring broke and it bounces around, and when piston comes back up it hits the valve and it makes that sound all the time. So hopefully piston and cylinder doesn't have shavings and scratches. Another thing you can do, check the oil, and if you look at oil has no shavings. So he's taking your car right now. He better easy on the gas. See? See? He taking your car. So now he's gonna come back with engine knocking on his car, on your car. See? This is it. So part 1, we just did little inspection, and we know the noise coming from bank 1, and also our 2 confirms it's coming from this side. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna start taking plastic covers. Battery is gonna come off first probably, or covers first or battery. This intake Mickey Mouse for people who likes the noise and racing stuff. He's got this upgraded intake filter. So that's gonna come out, and slowly,
Just take
part by
everything
part,
apart.
and we're gonna start removing stuff until we get to the valve cover and remove everything. Then we can see it inside. So stand by for video number 2 right after that. Another thing you can do compression check. You can pull that spark plugs out and you can crank it, and also it's going to confirm if the valve is broken or spring is broken and valve staying open, causing this noise. You're gonna know the cylinder lost compression. So by the compression test you can also determine which cylinder is shut. So hopefully we can fix ourselves. Otherwise, from $3 to $4, maybe $5,000 to replace the engine, or go buy a new car with low miles. Price is up like 20 grand. It's not worth it.
Because this was a used car when we bought it.
Right now nowadays. So go from there. All right, you can. So He was driving on Lakeshore Drive, which is a small highway. How fast you were going?
Like 50 miles an hour.
50 miles an hour, and then what happened?
Check engine light started flashing. And then I gave it the gas to the floor and no power at all.
So lost the power, check engine flashing, that means that cylinder already quit. So lost compression completely. So he was driving on 5 cylinders.
And I threw it into limp mode.
And then after all, he came back in a tow truck. Okay, you can take off. I'm gonna start taking stuff apart.
Okay.
First, Alex, we're gonna use this little tool. We're gonna pop all the rivets. So that should be straightforward. Basically, any car you got all this plastic stuff, and you know. So today is a nice day, warm. So plastic doesn't like to be in a cold weather because it gets brittle. So I'm gonna remove one by one.
Looks like one of them is using a screw.
Then after that,
okay.
We're gonna remove. Yeah, they got 2 screws. We're gonna also remove a battery there. Get out of the way. And then after we remove the battery, we get more room. We're gonna start taking intake. And the good thing, you can always have. You can do this, collecting all your parts. So that way, make it real nice. So we're gonna play car mechanic today.
Get a Phillips.
And probably for another couple of weeks. Gonna be a mechanical adventure here. Okay, see, he's got this guy.
Over
He's
here.
got another guy right here. Actually, you can leave this one in place.
Why?
This stuff you take, it's better because you don't really need taking extra stuff. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove battery, which is looks like 8 or 10 millimeters. Stay right here. Let me get the wrench. Just stay for a second here. I'm gonna take 8 or 9 or 10, and then I'm gonna remove this battery. That's actually 10 millimeter. That was it. That's 9. 9 is not gonna fit. Hey, where'd you go? Hello? Right here, I got it. So real quick, we're gonna remove the battery out of the way. Both terminals. Usually you can start on a minus side to drop it off, because on a positive, if you touch something, boom, it would blow like crazy. Probably 300 amps short, maybe even more. It would completely screw up surface, whatever. So push connectors out of the way, negative out of the way, positive. Okay, this guy. Now you see the little mounting screw right here? That's what actually holds the battery. So if somebody wants to know, oh, I got a bad battery, how can I do that? Just like that. You go buy a new battery, you take that stuff out the way I did, negative, positive. Start with negative so you don't short the positive. The reason why we're gonna remove this, because we're gonna get clear access to that side of the valve covers. So we might have to change entire head, including head gasket. Maybe get a rebuilt head with valves, with everything on bank 1, because if it's got heavy damage there, there's no reason to even try to fix it. We're just gonna get new head gasket, torque everything to the specs, and the car is gonna be like new if cylinders is not damaged. We're gonna, once you pull the head gasket, you'll be able to see those 3 cylinders. I did head gasket job a long time ago, about 20 years ago, on an older car, middle of the winter, and that was pain in the butt. But I got it fixed. It was an older car, not this car. So similar stuff, you know. The only difference gonna be this one's got more stuff on the way. So keep your stuff. So now I'm gonna see if I can just remove this out of the way. Of course it's something holding there. Yep, it's got another clip on the harness, which is they made it so it connects to this case, you know. And that's not smart to do like this, you know, because they made it my job more harder to remove this stuff, you know. So what I'm gonna do is, let me see if I can disconnect this little plastic clip, which one holds this thing. But I guess not. That's why I don't like to work on the cars, because everything becomes pain in the ass. Yep, it's got a clip on it. So gotta figure out how to disconnect this thing. You can stop recording.
Okay.
So I got to remove these two clips, which was holding the electrical harness. Once I pull it out, I will show you where they're at. Let's see if I can lift it up. This time. Oh, you fucker. Here's the harness. That's what I was holding. So, battery is out. Leave the batteries here. Now, you're gonna have more room now. You can drop this stuff in here out of the way, because we're gonna be working in this area. He's got this upgraded intake Mickey Mouse crap, which is some people likes it, but yeah, I guess he give a little bit more power. So I think it's a mass sensor for the air. So disconnect that. In this case, it's got this box here. I'm gonna go with bigger clamp diameter, so that way I get less moving parts out of the way. Go on this side, right here. Now I'm gonna take from this side less stuff. It's gonna be still hanging there, you know. Also, he was losing oil a little bit lately, so I don't know. We're gonna have to open up and see what the hell is going on with this engine. Now, see, got this out of the way. Just put it in here.
You'll put it in the garage later.
And leave it, nothing's gonna happen.
Still.
Now you got all these pipes and hoses. Just remember where they go. This is gonna be probably on the way. I'm gonna have to bend it, put it that other direction. So electrical harness is gonna have to come off. All the fuel injectors and coils. This is the coil. This is not a fuel injector. these coils got spark plugs inside. Once you take this coil off, spark plug is in there, so that's gonna have to come off. I hate those clips, man. You see, they breaks. So now this one, and this, so that's 1, 3, and 5, because even numbers on the other side, because it's a V8.
No, it's V6, no?
Yeah, V6, you're right. Now, after we finish, that's gonna be V12, if we be able to put all that stuff back in the way it was. Okay, so now see, this is 10 millimeter. We can get a socket to make it job right, because
yeah, just get a socket.
you're gonna get strip stuff, but plus it's all rusty. That's another thing, you know. Okay, see, it's got another harness for this sensor in here. Also in the back, it's got a little sensor in here. So I'm gonna see if I can pop this one out. Oh, I gotta pop it. Okay, that could be I don't know what that could be, but it's another sensor sits in a valve cover. Maybe a noise sensor or something, like a sensor. Probably not. It's more for a closer to the crankshaft. We're gonna remove that electrical harness first. So let's pop all the sensors off first.
Wow, that's actually pretty rusty.
And you got another sensor here. What the hell is this one for? And that one just sits just like that. See? So we're gonna get this electrical harness out of the way. Alright. Stay right here. Let me get a 10 millimeter socket.
How many miles is this car?
He's got about 190.
190.
I think he's got about 190.
This car was made in 2006. Yeah.
So 190,000 or 180,000, and something snapped inside that engine. See how rusty this thing?
Yeah, but 190,000.
Yeah, but you know, I got already 200 plus on the
yours.
4Runner.
Yeah, but yours is much younger.
Younger and stronger, because SUV is much stronger. Another thing, when you take stuff apart, put screws and bolts as much as you can in the same spots. That way you don't have to guess later. Hey, I got this 2 millimeter. Why you drop it? I got this 10 millimeter nut, and I don't know where it goes. So what you do is move this out of the way and put this back. You can screw it back.
I'll get the other one.
Another one probably somewhere on the floor. So now I know for a fact this is 10 millimeter too, and you can see this has been replaced.
Did you replace?
Yeah. And guess what? It's been replaced in the same cylinder, because that cylinder has misfire. Why the hell he has misfire? Because the valve probably already had a little gap and it was small leakage. So it was very sensitive to get in misfire, because probably compression wasn't that great.
Yeah, but what was that clicking sounds that always made this car?
Was a little ticking sounds. That was from a spring. Look at this.
Rusty as well.
And this one is. This one is never been removed. Two probably been unscrewed. Another thing, when you assemble back, put some little grease on it. Because
That's the cylinder?
no, that's the coil.
Oh,
That's called ignition coil. Creates high voltage on it. You
it's
see?
rusty, man.
It's little rust, corrosion there. This is number 2. See?
Oil.
It's got little oil. Looks like leaking somewhere.
That's not good.
And that's number 3.
Yeah, but this is the one.
I mean,
that's nice.
actually,
One.
it's a 1, 3, and 5. This is new one. See?
Choo-choo.
A little bit dust on it because it's brand new. So the spark plugs, it's all the way there. You see, all the way inside there. I'll back up and zoom in by holding it. Just turn it. Yeah, keep going.
All the way. It's too dark in there. Gotta shine a flashlight.
Yeah, I can shine the flashlight in there. Let me see, where is my flashlight here? Alright.
A little bit closer, probably.
See it or no?
No.
Which one you doing? You doing first one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get a flashlight.
Yeah.
So those spark plugs we're gonna remove later.
Oh, I can see it with my own eyes. It's really dark. I mean,
See it now?
yeah. Just that little speck,
That's alright, okay.
but
It's not important.
not really. But it's cool.
It's not important. We're gonna remove it later. And
We're gonna remove one of them though. Not.
all 3, because the whole cap, this whole cap
You might
has
as
to come
well.
off.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
everything's gonna come off. So
Might as well replace all 3 while you're there.
we're not gonna replace the spark plugs. We're gonna open up and see what's inside. See the little door? That's your gas door. That's what modulating more air or less air. Okay, you can stop.
Пошел.
Okay, держи steady. How to open that radiator cap under pressure? You open real slow because you got a lot of pressure, especially when head gasket blown. And you just hold it and let it come out. Because if you open real fast, it's gonna blow up and you're gonna end up in the hospital. That's why you never open this cap when the car is hot. You're gonna fill the cold water and you're gonna drive home so you can make it.
So why do different cars require different grades of antifreeze treated for water besides in freezing time?
Because reaction with materials they use, different type gaskets and everything else. That's why they need to. Water has minerals inside and build up around it. And then it's not cooling right.
Temporary is fine?
Temporary is fine. And you're gonna start the car and I'm gonna show you got water pump circulation because it's gonna create like a little twister inside. That means water pump is working. It's not about water pump, it's about blown head gasket.
Что ты перевод? 5 доливай.
No, we're just gonna start it and you're gonna shut off.